Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. You know, as much as you love your tools, they're not always there for you the way you want them to be. Just like any other relationship, they need maintenance. I've been having problems with this positive stop on the circular saw, so we're gonna diagnose it and see what's going on with it. Stick around, I'll see you right after this. All right, guys, right off the bat, one of the best hacks you can do is get yourself a cordless circular saw, all right? Like this one. It takes two 18-volt batteries for a combination of 36 volts that powers the device. Just take them, slide them in right here. Makes it so much easier. Of course, the only drawback is the batteries are gonna die at some point and you gotta recharge them. That's why you have extra batteries on hand, so you can just switch them out and you can go as far as you need to go to get that job done. No more tripping over cords, and you can go as far as you need to. Now, if you want to cut a bevel cut, whether it's a 45-degree angle, 22.5-degree angle, or even a 53 or 56-degree angle, depending on the bevel capacity of your circular saw, you're just gonna have to set the bevel right here. Now, in order to adjust the circular saw to the proper degree or angle or bevel that you want to cut, you're gonna have to use this area right here. Now, this angle adjustment tab here has to be parallel to the blade plate, right, in order for this blade plate to move so you can get your proper angle, okay? If it's up like that, then it's tight. It won't be able to move because it's locked into whatever degree that it's set on. So make sure this is down, okay, like that, so you can move it around and adjust it. Now, if you notice on the scale here, it goes from 0 to 53 degrees. That's the maximum bevel capacity of this circular saw. Some go to 56, some go to 57, like I said, depending on the saw. But you also have a knob right here, this one right here, and that's the positive stop knob. So positive stops are factory set points that help you to cut quicker and faster, right? So you have 22.5, you got 45, and you even have 53, right, on this saw. But 22.5 and 45 are very common angles that are cut all the time. So what they did was they made it quicker to set those angles right here with this knob instead of using this right here to set them. So with this right here, you know, you just simply slide over to the angle that you want to set it at, right? So right here it's at 22.5, and then you got to tighten this down. You got to bring it up like that. With the positive stop, you simply look for the indentations, whether it's 22.5, 45, or 53, and you just turn it there, and it automatically locks in to that angle, right? So I got it at 45, you can put it at 53, you can put it at 22.5, and it automatically goes there, right? You don't have to use this to slide it. And then you just tighten it up, and you're good to go there. What I want to mention about positive stops is sometimes this knob right here gets, I don't know, I guess through too much use, it can actually not work, right? Like this is actually not working that well. Right, so I'll put it on, say, 45, right? And then I turn to 53, and I turn to 22. Nothing's happening, right? Reason being is that this knob is probably not calibrated like it should be because of, I guess, too much use or something like that. So what you can do, though, is if you can see in here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you turn the knob and there's an opening to allow, you look for that opening right there. Let me see if I can show you with the pencil here. There's an opening. There's, if you see that, you guys see, if you can see in there, as you turn this, you'll see something turning as well underneath here, right? It's silver in color, something like that. And it has openings, right? And it has a notch here. And when that opening lines up with this opening with the notch, then it allows it to move all the way to the end like it's doing right now, right? But if this knob is out of whack, no matter what positive stop you turn it on, it's not gonna work, okay? Because that opening is not lined up. Somehow it gets, you know, not in alignment with the actual arrow here. That's the notch. And there's an opening under there that this notch slides into to allow the full range of motion. Now I'm going to turn the knob and I want you to look for the opening. Okay, see how it's closed now? I'm gonna turn it. See how it opened underneath there? That allows for the full range of motion, all the way to 53 degrees. Now it's at 22. Now it's at 45. So sometimes it wants to work and sometimes it doesn't. When you're changing positive stops, you also want to bring this back to 0 each time you change it. That also helps. Bring it back to 0, then change it. Bring it back to 0, then change it. Just look at the notches inside here, and then the positive stop underneath here has openings that the notches slide into, allowing the scale to go all the way to the end and back. If that's not in alignment, like I said, it's not going to work. So you got to find that opening there to make it go all the way back and forth if this is not working up here. Turn it so the opening aligns with the notch, and then you can slide this back and forth and hopefully get the angle that you need, even if this is not working even when it's set on the actual positive stop. So this knob sometimes gets out of adjustment and it needs to be adjusted again. Just know that, right? So in any case, if the positive stop doesn't work, just use this. So just like any other tool, circular saws need to be maintained, they need to be cleaned, and they need to be lubricated. So if you're having issues with the bevel system, the tilting system, like I showed you just now, you may want to, lubricate some of the parts that may have gotten stuck or misaligned due to heavy use or anything like that. It could have dropped on the floor, who knows, right? When parts work when they want to and not when you want to, then that's a sign that something's off. A good anti-friction lubricant can solve some of those problems. If it's a mechanical problem that can't be solved by lubricant, then you just may have to take it apart or take it to the manufacturer or eventually replace it. And if you're thinking about WD-40, you got to be careful with that. It's good for the blade, but not for the motor, and you don't want to ruin the machine. So I suggest a lubricant when it comes to all the moving parts. All right, guys, we didn't quite fix the problem entirely, but we were able to diagnose it and see how the system works mechanically. So in case we run into it again, we'll know what's going on. And that's the good side of things going wrong. You get to see how things work, you dive a little deeper, and you become better for it when it comes to repairing or troubleshooting your tool problems. Guys, if you learned something from the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a comment, and we welcome your suggestions. And also, don't forget to shop at calibrate.com. The holidays are coming up. We got some great products there for you. Take care. I'll see you next time.